What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review, and today I am talking about 2024's Saturday Night Live from Boston. My name's Bigg. Live from New York. It's Saturday Night Live, right? Like, it's funny that the show itself was just called Saturday Night at first, and now it's taken over the live word. Now it's Saturday Night Live, but it's been 50 years since this opening show, so this movie is about the first taping in the first Saturday Night Live show and how it beat all odds to make it to air, and it wasn't supposed to, and Dick Clark or whoever his name is, or Johnny Carson is supposed to be what's actually going on, but mom and dad are fighting, so they're like, oh, we'll do this stupid show that sounds like it's never going to make it to air, and it will never happen, and the guy's going to cancel you right as soon as you're about to go live. He's going to say, go to Carson, and your dream will be crushed, and you'll never be on live TV. And the whole time, Lorne Michaels just going, I just got to make it to live. I just got to make it to live. I just got to make it to live. And the cast in this is phenomenal because they're all playing characters that you know, right? Like Gabriel Labella, I don't know who he is, but he's playing Lorne Michaels, so you're like, oh, this is the guy that runs the show. Cool. Rachel Sonnet is playing Rosie Schuster. I don't necessarily know these people because I wasn't around 50 years ago when the first one came out, but Corey Michael Smith's playing Chevy Chase. Everybody knows who Chevy Chase is, right? Like, Dylan O'Brien is playing Danny Aykroyd. Emily Farron is playing Lorraine Newman. Matt Wood is playing John fucking Belushi, and he does a great John Belushi. Lamorne Morris is playing Garrett Morris. Kim Motella is playing Jane Curtin. Tommy Dewey is playing Michael O'Donoghue. And Tommy Dewey, honestly, every time he was on screen, he had me crying. They had people like George Carlin on there. They had Billy Crystal, right? Like, there was people that you were like, oh, really? This is the guy, right? Like, in correlating who they're playing versus the real life version of them. And then, like, having that going through your head the whole time, going, oh wow, this guy's famous. Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, John Belushi, all people you know, but you recognize as their faces, not these characters. But then you're recognizing them as these characters because they look and they're acting so much like them. I mean, like, Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase couldn't be much more perfect, like he is Chevy Chase in this movie. Like, or even if he's not, it certainly seems like he's capturing the dickhead attitude of Chevy Chase type of thing. But this whole movie feels so perfectly done because it feels like it actually captures the chaos and the absolute mayhem that's going on behind the scenes before, like the 90 minutes before the Saturday Night Live taping starts, right? Like, in the way the movie ends is where, like, the show begins, right? Like, so we don't even get to see the whole first taping of Saturday Night Live. We just see the craziness going on behind the scenes. The couch is on fire. Skits aren't going well. He's got, his whole board of skits, and it's got, 4 times the amount of skits, right? They were like, rehearsal was 3 hours. We have 90 minutes, like, so he's got to cut at least half of the stuff that he has on his board off. And then, he can't cut anything. He's not answering anything. John Belushi's not signing his contract. It's just all over the place, but you're following it, and you're like, holy shit, this is so crazy. Everyone's trying to talk to him about something. He's the boss, but he's just got, like, he's got to answer questions and keep it moving. And the only thing in his mind is, like, all of this chaos is going to be worth it because the moment we make it to air and my show goes live, we're legit, and we're here, we made it, and it really, really is such a well done movie. And the way that Matt Wood comes in at the end as John Belushi, and the whole time, John Belushi's, I don't want to wear this fucking bee costume, fuck y'all, I'm not signing that contract, no, I'm out of here. He leaves, and then all of a sudden you find him, he's in the bee costume, ice skating at Rockefeller Center, you're like, what is he doing? But this is New York, right? Like, so it's like, hey, can you be upstairs in 5 minutes? Cool. They're right up the street, right? Like, so. And then the show goes to start, they're like, where the fuck is John? Where the fuck is John? All of a sudden he walks in a second late though. You're like, oh, we're live. Uh-oh, we're just shooting a door, nothing's there. All of a sudden he walks in, you're like, oh, okay. He actually did come. He actually did sign his contract. He was on the first show. And like, for me, I was like, this first bit doesn't really kill it to me. But I could only imagine 50 years ago this bit killing and being the original bit. And I was like, I don't see where this is going. And then he falls out of the chair, and I'm like, all right, this is funny. And then Chevy Chase steps on and goes, live from New York, it's Saturday night. And if you aren't hyped at that exact moment, as the credits roll, I was like, wow, this movie not only moved so fast, like its runtime was so worth it and just moving. Its cast was tremendous, the ending was good. Overall, I gave this movie a pretty good score. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, about an 8 out of 10, and I stand by that. I think it's a very good movie, very good cast, and it really did show me like where this all started and how it might be going down as it's about to go live, right? Like the first Saturday Night Live taping, like very cool to see what could have, you know, obviously it's not the real what happened, but they're recreating it. So what could have happened, what might have happened on the first Saturday Night Live taping. And I'm sure most of this is actually true story because most of these people are still alive. Dan Aykroyd, Lorne Michaels, you know, like John Belushi might not still be alive, but there's plenty of people that could tell these stories of what these people were actually doing that evening. And like, I'm pretty sure this is as accurate as possible, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's too much here dramatized for, you know, the movie itself. Because it's crazy as it feels like what these people were really doing. But that's another movie review from me. Thank you guys so much for coming on by. My name is Big Cam, and if you'd like to follow my other social medias, links down in the description below. Go click my Letterboxd, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. I'm all over the place. Big Cam, 2 G's and the Biggs. Look for this face, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video. If you'd like to support the channel, the best way to do that is by liking this video, commenting down below, subscribing if you haven't already. I know you haven't hit that button. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you don't miss future videos. See you guys in the next one. Peace!